everyone receives is a reflection of it.
Welcome. I drew a card from my Black Moon Lilith deck, and who came forth but the Black Madonna? And when the Black Madonna makes an appearance, it is time to surrender. Not by taking a knee or bowing in front of royalty. No, it's time to surrender the old ways, those that no longer serve us. And this is something that I have heard a lot, something that I continuously say a lot, find in new messages, new podcasts, new information I keep seeing, to let go, or to remove the things that no longer serve. But I wonder, what does it actually mean? Well, when the Black Madonna arrives, it showcases us many things. We understand that the interpretation by the church has been manipulated to make Mother Mary that of innocence and purity, submission to the church, to the masculine way. If we look deeper, we understand that all of the women and the higher beings were all dark in their nature, dark in their skin tones. And we connect to that. But she shows us that it's time to let go, to submit not to power, but to the feminine. And I wonder, what does that actually mean? Well, for years we have lived under the masculine rule, the toxic masculine that I talked about. The male society and what they've built us to be is an egotistical male view of control. We can see women for what they are, but you see, most of the time, the idea of what they've made men to be is to objectify women, to see them as an object or an item, not of something of pure deity and love. So when the Black Madonna arrives, we know it's time to release the egotistical male divinity, or at least the one that they've told us how to live. So it is submission to the ego mind of the male condition, to allow the divine feminine not to take over or rule, but to support and provide the need and the necessary items for the male to become whole. At least this is the view that I have. Maybe it's a message for me. Maybe it's a message for all of us. But if we're struggling to let go of old ways or old habits because we feel like we're losing something or we just don't want to, it is the divine way of showing us that it is just this. It is the ego of society controlling it, putting in a last-ditch effort to remain in this way. But by understanding, like I always say, what the problem is, or where the area is, or what it is that we're trying to overcome or let go, it makes it easier. Makes it a test or a challenge of will and strength. One of belief. If we say to ourselves many times, because we're always seeking reward, but we'll never know if we don't try. This was told to me when I was giving up smoking. And now it's another one. It does feel like I'm having to give up everything that I once was. And that's difficult for anyone. Doesn't matter what you say, to remove those aspects of all who we are and what we've learned is so difficult, especially when you're on your own. Couples, it's easier. Friend groups, sure. But those internal sets that's hard to remove. So we place our minds in positions of gratitude. Because what if it is the last thing to go? The last-ditched effort of the ego to remain in power. But the Black Madonna is showing us the way. Showing us that we must continue. And it is time to let go. So it is with that, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.